Hey there, class. Mr. Pusky here. Hope you're having a good day so far. This is Advanced Math Topics Unit 1. We're talking about solving basic equations. We'll probably talk about more advanced equations later. So this is section 1.5. The whole first chapter is kind of a review of Algebra 1, kind of fundamental knowledge and information, concepts. And so we have our essential question is how do we solve equations? We have a warm-up here. Why don't you guys see if you can remember how to do this, and then we'll kind of go through some. All right, so for number 1, we have x plus 5 equals 9. So when we solve equations, we need to undo what's happening to the x, right? We're kind of doing the opposite of PEMDAS, which is order of operations. So what's happening to the x right now? Well, we have this plus 5 right here, right? So what's the opposite of adding 5? Well, we're going to subtract 5 from both sides. So we've got x equals, what's 9 minus 5 going to be? It's going to be 4. If you'd like to pause the video again, now that we did a little reminder here, if you want to try again, if you didn't do them, give it a try. All right, now we'll get a little bit more complicated here. We have 2x minus 3 equals 13. So similar process. Now we have like 2 steps. This is called a 2-step equation. So we need to still get the 2x by itself. What are we going to do first? We're going to add 3 to both sides. So now we have 2x. When you add 3 and subtract 3, the reason why that works is it's going to cancel out because negative 3 plus 3 is going to be 0. It's like you're adding 0, so it doesn't really do anything. What's 13 plus 3? 16. Now, what's happening to the x when it's smushed together with a 2? It's actually being multiplied by 2. So the way that we undo multiplying by 2 is we're going to divide by 2 on both sides. So we get x equals 16 divided by 2 is going to be 8. Okay, because when you multiply and divide by 2, it kind of, 2 divided by 2 equals 1. You get 1x, which just equals x, right? That's why that works. All right, last one here. If you want to give this one a try too, feel free. Otherwise, we'll go into it. All right, this one's like a little bit more complicated. Now we need to distribute and combine like terms if possible. So distributing is multiplication. So we need to multiply the 3 by everything in the parentheses first here. So we're going to distribute. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 2 is 6, positive 6, equals 18. No like terms to combine here because x and 6 are not like terms. Same variable, same exponent. So now we're going to get the 3x by itself. What are we going to do from here? We're going to subtract 6. So we get 3x equals 18 minus 6 is 12. Now we have 3 times x equals 12. How do we get rid of that 3? Divide by 3, and we get x equals 4. Very cool. All right, sounds good. So now we're going to talk about how do we solve equations. This is see if you can fill out these blanks with your classmates, or if you're watching this on your own, why don't you guys see if you can fill in the blanks here. So yeah, give it a try, pause the video. All right, so we solve by undoing the order of operations, which is PEMDAS. So what is the opposite of order of operations of PEMDAS, which is basically going to be we're going to flip it around and reverse it. So PEMDAS is going to become what? SAD-MAP, or SAD-MAP, okay? So what we're basically saying is we do addition, subtraction first, and then we move to multiplication, division, okay? As a general rule, and then we kind of keep going from there, right? So as a general rule, we want to take care of addition, subtraction first, and then kind of do the opposite of what we normally do with PEMDAS, okay? Because we're kind of like unwrapping a present or an onion kind of what to get to that x, to get there, okay? And so we talked about using inverse or opposite operations. What's the opposite of addition? Subtraction. Opposite of subtraction is addition. Opposite of multiplication is division. Opposite of division is multiplication. So let's see how this kind of works down here. Okay, we have some one-step equations. Why don't you guys see if you can figure this out on your own, and we'll go through them in a second. All right, so we have x minus 7 equals 4. How do we undo? What's happening to the x right now? Well, it's subtracting 7 from it. What's the opposite of subtracting 7? We're going to add 7 to both sides. Okay, so we have x equals, what's 4 plus 7 going to be? It's going to be 11. Nice. All right, if you want to try the other two, feel free. Otherwise, we'll keep going. All right, we have 5 times x equals 25. Remember, when they're smushed together, it's multiplication. How do we undo multiplying by 5? We're going to divide by 5. So we get x equals, what's 25 divided by 5? It's going to be 5. Nice. And the last one here, we have x is being divided by 6. What's the opposite of dividing by 6? We're going to multiply by 6 on both sides. So we get x equals, what's negative 8 times 6 going to be? It's negative 48. And there we go. All right, and there's some extra problems here if you need. In class, if we need extra time with that, we can do that. Otherwise, we're going to keep moving here. So two-step equations, we're kind of doing the same thing, but we're adding more steps. So we're going to have to do addition, subtraction, and then take care of multiplication and division, okay? If you guys want to give these a try on your own, feel free. I would always encourage that. Give them a try. All right, number one, we have x over 3, or x divided by 3 plus 4 equals 6. So we need to get is there any addition or subtraction first to take care of here? Yeah, we got that plus 4. We need to get this x divided by 3 by itself. So how do we undo adding 4? We're going to subtract 4. So now we get x over 3. What's 6 minus 4 going to be? It's going to be 2. And now we have x over 3. How do we undo dividing by 3? We're going to multiply by 3 on both sides. So we get x equals 6. There's our answer. All right, now we've gone through one together. Why don't you guys go ahead and try 2 and 3? Okay, 26 equals 5n minus 4. So any addition or subtraction to take care of here? Yeah, we got that minus 4. How do we undo subtracting 4? We're going to add 4 to both sides. So 26 plus 4 is going to be 30 equals 5n. These cancel if you want to do that. And now we have 5 times n equals 30. How do we undo multiplying by 5? Divide by 5. So 6 equals n. And it's by itself. That's how you solve it to get the variable by itself. Okay? All right, feel free to try number 3 if you haven't already. Okay, we got 5 equals 10 plus k over 4. How do we, any addition or subtraction to take care of here? It sounds a little weird, but yeah, there actually is addition here. It's actually like this positive 10 right here, right? Or there's addition here, but like, we're not going to subtract k plus 4 to both sides because we want to keep usually we want to move stuff away from the variable, right? We don't want to subtract k over 4 over here because that would just kind of make it more messy. So usually want to do keep the variable where it is and move stuff away from it and then kind of get it by itself, okay? So what are we going to do? How do we get rid of that positive 10? We're going to subtract 10 from both sides. 5 minus 10 is going to be negative 5. And we get k's cancel out. We get k over 4. Oops. All right. And then how do we undo dividing by 4? We're going to multiply by 4 on both sides. So we get, what's 4 times negative 5 going to be? It's negative 20 equals k. And there we go. That's our answer. And if you need more problems, we can definitely do that, but we're going to keep moving through this video here, okay? Now we're moving on to multi-step equations. Now we set the tone to get x or y by itself. So now we're going to be getting into, we have to distribute, simplify, which means we're going to distribute and combine like terms first, and then we're going to go back to our normal solving, okay? So we're going to do, let's see here. If you guys want to pause this and give them a try, feel free. I think we're going to do number 2 and number 3 first. Yeah, and actually we need to make a change here. So in the notes, these are actually kind of goofed up here. So change number 1 to negative 3 right here. And over here, change this negative 8 to negative 11. It'll make the numbers a lot nicer. All right, so we're going to do number 3 first, then number 2. But give these a try if you would like, and then we'll go through them. All right, number 3. So distribution is like usually you have something in like parentheses and something outside the parentheses that needs to be multiplied by that. Anything to distribute here. We have a 7, so we're going to distribute the 7 to the x. So we have 7 equals, what's 7 times x? 7x. And 7 times negative 2? Negative 14. All right, now we need to move stuff. We need to get x by itself and move stuff away from the 7x. Is there any addition or subtraction to take care of first? Yeah, how do we get rid of this minus 14? We do plus 14. So we got 7 plus 14 is going to be 21 equals 7x. All right. Now, how do we undo multiplying by 7? Divide by 7. And we get 3 equals x. All right. And that's an example for number 3. Now we did one like that. If you'd like to pause and try number 1, you can feel free. Okay, let's do number 1, actually, and then we'll come back to number 3. Or number 2, I mean. All right, so we have this one right here. I'm going to rewrite it so it's a little bit nicer to see. Oops. So we have 3 times x plus 4 equals negative 3. Okay, anything to distribute here? We do. We got the 3 times everything in the parentheses. So we have 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 4 is 12 equals negative 3. All right, any like terms to combine here? I just want to ask that too. So like terms have same variable, same exponent. So we have x here and 12. Those don't have an x together or not both constants. So nope. Any addition or subtraction to take care of here? Yeah, we got to get rid of that plus 12. What's the opposite of adding 12? Minus 12. So we get 3x equals, so now we have negative 3 minus 12 is going to be negative 15. And now when you get the rid of the 3, how do we do that? Divide by 3. So we get x equals, what's negative 15 divided by 3? Negative 5. Okay, very cool. All right, let's jump to number 2 now. Now we said the basic for distribution. Now we need to talk about combining like terms, okay? So for number 2, all right, so we have this negative 2 times the quantity of x minus 5, all plus 4x equals 30. All right, anything to distribute here? We do have the negative 2, but do we distribute the negative 2 to all of these, to the 4x as well, or just the x minus and negative 5? It's actually just going to be to the x and negative 5. We're not going to go with the 4x because it's not in parentheses, okay? So what's negative 2 times x going to be? Negative 2x. How about negative 2 times negative 5? Plus 10. So we're going to keep the 4x here because we didn't distribute. We're going to kind of keep that the same. Equals 30. Anything else to distribute? Nope. Any like terms to deal with here? Yeah, like terms have same variable, same exponent. I see 2 like terms here. Which ones are they? Got negative 2x and 4x. Good. So what's negative 2x plus 4x going to be? Is that going to be negative 8x squared, or is it going to be 2x? It's actually going to be 2x, because when you add like terms, you just add the numbers in front. Okay, negative 2 plus 4 is going to be 2. Keep the x the same. So we got 2x plus 10 equals 30. Okay. All right, now it's back to a regular kind of 2-step equation here. Any addition or subtraction to take care of? Yeah, we got plus 10, so we're going to minus 10 from both sides. We got 2x equals what, 20? And the last step to do this. All right, we need to get x by itself now. How do we do that? Divide by 2. X equals 10. All right, very cool. Why don't you guys try number 4 now? Number 4 is very similar, a little bit less complicated. Number 2, give it a try. All right, number 4. So we have negative 1. Where you write it here? Negative 1 equals 5 times x plus 1 minus 11. Anything to distribute here? Yep, we got the 5. Now we're distributing the 5 to the x, the 1, and the negative 11. Just to the x and the 1 because those are in parentheses here. So we've got negative 1 equals, what's 5 times x? 5x. 5 times 1 is 5 minus 11. Any like terms here? Yeah, we got like terms are actually going to be the 5 and 11, right? Or negative 11, because they are both constants. They don't have any x to the 0 power, right? They don't have any x's, okay? So we got 5x. What's 5 minus 11 going to be? It's going to be negative 6. All right, now we can get back to getting x by itself. Any addition or subtraction here to get rid of to get the 5x by itself? Yeah, we're going to add 6 to both sides. So we got a negative 1 plus 6 is going to be 5. So 5 equals 5x. All right, last step, divide by 5. 1 equals x. All right. So now we distributed combined like terms. The last thing we need to do is talk about when we have variables on both sides here, okay? And so with that, I want you to see if you can fill in the blanks here, okay? We talked about, to simplify what that means, all right? So why don't you guys see if you can fill in these steps here, and then we'll talk about it. So before we kind of move stuff around and get all the x's to one side, all the constants to the other, we need to distribute. Simplify means to distribute to what? And combine what? Combine like terms, okay? Distribute and combine like terms, okay? And then once that happens, you kind of treat like there's a wall on the equal sign. You simplify them both on their own, and then we're going to get all the x's to one side by addition, subtraction, and get all the numbers to one side by addition, subtraction, and then we can kind of go back to our normal solving, okay? So let me pick a couple here for us to try. Let's do, which one should we do here? Let's do number 1 and number 2. I guess we'll do 1 and 2 and see how this goes here, okay? So for number 1, we have 5x minus 3 equals 2x plus 9. Anything to distribute here? No. Are there any like terms? There actually, I mean, there's like terms on both sides of the equal sign, but like terms means if there was like, over here, for example, if there was like a plus 5x over here, those would be like terms, but there is no like terms on either side, right? We got x and 9, and those are not like terms. So now we need to get all the variables to one side. You guys want to move the 5x or the 2x? You could do either thing. You could subtract 5x or subtract 2x. I'm going to subtract 2x because I like to keep things positive. I like to keep my variable on the left usually, but nothing wrong with subtracting 5x as well. So what's 5x minus 2x going to be? 3x. So we got 3x minus 3 equals 9. Okay, now we're back to our like normal kind of solving equations here, right? So, so all the variables are one side. We got to get rid of that negative 3. How do we undo subtracting 3? I'm going to add 3 to both sides. And then what's 9 plus 3 going to be? It's going to be 12. Last time it's divided by 3. We get x equals 4. Okay, I would really encourage you to try to do 2, 3, and 4. Because it's just kind of a combination of what we just did and then getting all the x's to one side. I'd give it a try, see how you do, and then we'll do number 2 here. Okay, so for number 2, we have to distribute and combine like terms. Is there anything to distribute here? There is. We got this 4, so we're going to do 4 times x. I'm gonna keep the rest of it the same. I'm going to show more work than I need to. Make sure we're doing step by step, okay? So 4 times x is 4x. 4 times 2 is 8. All right, anything else to distribute here? No. Are there any like terms on either side, like kind of separately of the equal sign? Yeah, on the left side, I see 2 like terms. I got the negative x and the 3x. So what's negative 1x plus 3x going to be? 2x plus 16 equals 4x plus 8. Okay. Any other like terms? No, now we need to get all the x's to one side. Do you want to move the 2x or the 4x? There's not really, you could move the 4x or the 2x. I'm going to move the 2x here. So how do I move positive 2x? Subtract 2x from both sides. Get 16 equals, what's 4x minus 2x going to be? Oops, sorry, that's a bell. 2x plus 8. Okay. And then how do we, now we're back to normal equations. So how do we get rid of, how do we solve for x? Subtract 8. We get 8 equals 2x. Divide by 2. People are going to be bothering me pretty soon to get in the door here, but we're going to keep going, okay? All right, we're going to go quick with number 3 here. So, distribute here, we got 2 times x, 2 times 6. So, distribute 2 times x is 2x. And 2 times 6 is 12. Like terms are 5x and 2x. 5x plus 2x is 7x plus 12. All right, it's kind of weird here. You could move the 5x here, but then you're going to have 0 over here, which we don't want. So I'm going to subtract 7x from both sides. Get negative 2x equals 12. Divide by negative 2. X equals negative 6. All right, last problem here. Similar here, anything to distribute. 3 times x. So we got 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 6 is negative 18. All right, no like terms. Got to get all the x's to one side. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides. 12 plus 5x. Equals negative 18. I'm going to subtract 12 to get the 5x by itself. 5x equals negative 30. Divide by 5. X equals negative 6. All right, that should be all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Have a great day, and we will talk soon.